Metal bowling, week 11, level 2, expanding into our spheres, with attention being on our spheres of attention. So we have our O's, which is expanding into our near sphere. And then our 1s, our self-massage level, which our bowl is great for gua sha. And now 2, we're expanding out. Our base is still a stationary base. Check in, ensure that the position is best supportive of the knees. Ensure that we're hinging at the hips. So we're maintaining that constant motion of the lower body, even though our feet are stationary. Next sphere of attention, our centers supporting our spines. And that's important too, because now that we're using our arms and expanding out, we're using more of the muscles in our centers, because those are the muscles that are helping to propel the movement of our arms, since the origins of the muscles that drive the upper arm, the humerus, originate in the center of the body. So anytime that we're moving our arms around and doing a lot of dynamic motion with our arms, we're also working muscles in the center of our bodies. And we can better support that movement and that motion of our arms with engaging more of the center of our bodies, because then we know that we're helping to support our spines as we're destabilized by these levers that our arms are when they come out away from our bodies. Because gravity is now having its way with us as it's trying to pull our arms towards the earth. When we explore the curvilinear motion, we have more dynamic motion. So all these spheres of awareness, spheres of attention. But spheres of attention as in like specific to this implement. What do we got here? We have this bowl, this metal bowl. Not only is it a sturdy bowl, it can handle a drop. It won't hurt me when it falls. I can fill it with all sorts of things within. I could put stones in it, and that'd be metal and stone, which is earth. I could fill it with dirt, more earth. I could fill it with wood, which is technically also earth, isn't it? I could fill it with water, which is an element of itself, but is also here on the earth, though it does exist in space. Depending on what is in my bowl will definitely affect how I work with it. Right now it's filled with air, it's very light. But since it's filled with air, I can scoop, and I don't have to worry about the air falling out. The air stays. So I can experiment, I can play, I can be playful and think about scooping the air with my bowl, and how does that scooping motion change the rest of my movement as I'm following my implement. So that's the elemental implement manipulation goal, is recognizing how these different implements guide us to move our bodies in different ways, and how changing the elements that we're working with our implement, because this is an implement that can receive other elements, changes how we interact and how we move with our implement. If I filled it with feathers, it would be much different than if I filled it with marbles. It's going to be different with ice than it is with water. Our bowls, like our metal spoons, are tools that can feed us and help feed others. So they nurture us in that way. But also, they want wonderful self-massage tools. So they also nurture us not just through nourishment, but through providing physical support by being assists as tools that help us take care of ourselves. Not just to feed us, but to help us take care of our bodies as well. As we're practicing our level 2, we can mix in our levels 1 and our levels 0 because we've been doing it. And really, it's fine to move around a little bit more level 3 style, because we are on the 4th version of AIM. So we're familiar enough with what we're doing that we don't really have to think about it as much. We can trust that our bodies know how to move, even though we're working with a new implement. It's still similar enough to the other implements that we've worked with that our bodies know how to work and adjust and adapt. And we've been practicing adapting to changes, adapting to changing implements, and needing to modify however we need to modify depending on what implement we're working with or how we're choosing to hold that implement. And still maintaining our spheres of awareness, checking in with our mirror balls, our sphere view mirrors. Breath, center, hinge, base, guide. And ultimately, our main goal is still just mobilization, supporting our bodies, teaching our bodies how to move through space effectively, having fun as we do it, losing track of the time as we enter a flow state, and receiving the benefits of choosing to take care of ourselves, choosing to remind our bodies for a few minutes a day what we can do. So that way it remembers what we can do the rest of the time too, when we're not actively thinking about it. All right, see y'all next time with level 3. So we expand into our spheres. Beyond expanding into our spheres, we now become moving spheres with moving bases. All right, thank y'all.